Should mind my step. Thirst in my heart.
I know well the pain of seeing your life's hourglass running empty. Grasping at any means of slowing the grains as they slip inexorably through your fingers. Karlach's fate may be ordained, but her actions are not. She will make each breath count. You can be sure of that. Tell me, what can I do for you?
Join me, why don't you? There's plenty of adventure to be had.
Oh, nothing would give me greater pleasure. Which of our esteemed company am I stepping in for?
Take Shadowheart's place.
Wonderful. Lead on, then.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. Better not be cursed.
Maybe we should ask someone else.
Who? No one cares. No one but us. Mole would do the same for any of us. You know it.
But how do we get into Moonrise? We can't fight those shadow things. You know what Mole would hate more than anything? Bad things happening to us. You've seen what's out there. We wouldn't stand a chance.
You stay put. I'll bring Mole home.
But it's our job to bring Mole back.
Look at her. She's a proper adventurer. And if we got hurt, Mole would be really mad at us.
Fine. But you gotta understand, Mole is family. Bring her back, please.
Count your lucky stars.
At least things have stayed interesting. Very well. Seems like a good moment to talk.
You're here. Good. Now we can begin.
First, I want to know what to expect.
Thaniel is trapped in the Shadowfell, but thanks to your efforts, I know where to look. Now I must go there, alone.
Hold on. Shouldn't I come with you?
No. This opportunity has been 100 years in the making. It has to be me. And only me. But I didn't bring you here to witness an old druid's grandstanding. You have a part to play in this, and I trust you will play it well. With the Oakfather's blessing, I can infiltrate the Shadowfell, but doing so will sap my strength. I'll need your help if I'm to return. I need you to stay here, keep the portal open until I return, and defend it at all costs.
You can count on me.
Good. Now it's important that only I pass through the portal once it opens. The magic is fragile. Any mistake, and our one chance will be lost forever. It took me years of study, of seeking the Oakfather's favor, to find a way to part the veil. Pray that this works. Oakfather, hear me. Aid me. Force open the jaws of darkness. Make passage for your vessel of light. It's ready. I'll return with Thaniel as soon as possible. Stay close to the portal. Buy me what time you can.
What's cooking? Well, well. In position.
Shut Let's move.
The witching hour.
Death's cold grip. What fools these mortals be. Excellent. The dice roll in my favor.
It's done. I have him. But something's wrong. Dreadfully wrong. No. It can't be.
Is he dead?
No. But some part of him is missing. He's hollow. I need to examine him back at the camp. Come see us when you can.
No one stopped me yet.
It's quite thrilling to fight off such grim creatures as this region throws at us. Especially being at your side. I, once read a book that explained in some detail the effect a brush with danger has on one's desire for, other forms of stimulation. Have you ever read anything on that subject?
Read it? I could have written the thing.
I believe you. You never look so beautiful as at the end of a stirring battle. Your cheeks flushed, gaze bright, muscles glistening. Perhaps it's just the thrill of our near undead experience talking. Standing at your side through such darkness and disrepair. It only makes me want you more. Unfortunately, this is neither the time nor the place to indulge such feelings, so we must be patient and push all such thoughts aside. For now. Was there anything else you wish to discuss?
Never a dull moment. At the ready. I need a quick word.
Thaniel is resting, but it's no easy slumber. I discovered what's wrong with him. The shadows rendered him in two when they bore him away to the Shadowfell. Half of his essence remained here, amidst the curse. What stayed behind would have been the strongest part of him. But after all these years left in the darkness, corruption must have taken hold.
Tell me how I can help.
It's both simple and not. We need to find Thaniel's missing half and make him whole again. Only the missing half may not come willingly. The curse will have sunk its tendrils deep, twisting Thaniel's essence into something else.
I met a sort of shadow child before, a little boy named Oliver, around Thaniel's age.
And you saw this boy yourself? That can't be a coincidence, but we need to be sure. And I truly mean we, if you wish. Every moment counts, and I've asked much of you already without being at your side.
All right, leave it to me.
This doesn't have to be your burden alone. Every moment counts, and I've asked much of you already without being at your side. If you want me, I'm yours. Against the curse, against the absolute. Anything. Just say the word.
Join me.
An unwieldy number. You must cut someone loose before I can join you.
Take Karlak's place.
Ready at your side.
What's in here?
The Oak Father's work is never done.
Keep a blade close.
I'll feel that one later. Still breathing, despite everything. Need to find a way forward. Just what I need.
I
think I'll enjoy traveling with Halsin. Not for his wit or wisdom. He'll just make an excellent shield if we're attacked.
Here goes nothing.
Last light in. Hearth aglow and lanterns lit. Just like 100 years ago.
Not as long as we can put up
I
a
imagine
fight.
the vista was more idyllic back then. As were its patrons' chances of surviving the walk home.
Still, though, when you are expecting nothing but desolation, even a small glimmer of hope fills the heart.
It's for a good cause.
I won fair and square. There's no point in playing again. I want a challenge.
Though shrouded in shadows, the child's resemblance to Thaniel is unmistakable. This must be his dark half, warped by the curse.
Go on, find someone else to play with.
I know who you really are, and where you really belong. You need to reunite with Thaniel.
Spoil sport. I'm not going back. I like it here. I've made a family for myself. I get to play all the time.
This land needs you and Thaniel together, Oliver. Nature needs you.
You can't make me do anything I don't want to. I won't let you.
A slippery little bugger, isn't he? He'll be looking for somewhere safe. Somewhere where the shadows are nice and strong.
There! Enemies afoot.
I'll make my own fun if I have to. And my own friends.
Never a dull moment. Shouldn't have made me your enemy.
Victory is assured.
You should have just left me alone. Spoil my fun.
battle won.
You want to play? Let me show you my favorite toy.
Come on then.
Where do I go from here?
Let our enemies' corpses nourish the ground.
Stop that! You're supposed to be playing, not breaking things.
Nothing's easy these days. Time to push my luck again.
Why couldn't you just leave me alone? Why can't I just stay here, playing? I had everything I've ever wanted, right here! And you've ruined it. I'm not leaving. You can't make me.
Be gentle. He's much more than a child. But he doesn't truly know that.
You have what you want, but not what you need. Daniel, he's your friend, your kin. He's you.
He's nothing to me. He left me here all this time. I had to do everything for myself. Even when it was scary, even when I was alone. I didn't give up.
You are very brave and resourceful. Think of how much you'll be able to help Daniel.
But would he even want me back? I've changed. A lot.
Change is good. It's what growing up is all about. Together, you two will become more than you were before.
So I wouldn't have to make up friends to play with anymore. I'd have someone real. I'd like that. And he would too, I think. All right, I'll do it. I want to do it.
Well done.
Are you crying? You're a bit big to be crying. But I suppose that's okay. Bye. And thank you for playing with me.
It's done, at last. Soon the land will be unshrouded. We should return to Thaniel when we can.
Moving ahead. I want to have a word.
The druid Halsin spoke to me while I was sleeping. He spoke of you. Said that you fought shadow and spite to restore me. 100 years of sickness almost ended. I feel every root that riddles the earth beginning to unfold. But there is one anchor, still holding the shadows in place. The soul that brought it into being, for the land to heal. Ketheric Thorm must die. Ketheric's soul still nourishes the shadows. Destroy him, so the land may heal. So that I may heal.
Hatched up, pushing on.
This place gives me the creeps. See, man.
Much druid and harper blood was spilled in taking it, only to lose it again.
Halsin is one hench elf. I'm impressed. And glad he's on our side.
Come on, we're heading out.
No room in your party. What should I do?
Halsin can step aside.
Now we're talking. Almost slipped there.
You wouldn't be the first, I'd wager. It's been some time since these walkways felt the carpenter's hammer.
You gonna catch me if I eat a brick?
My reflexes? I'd catch you before you so much as stubbed a toe.
How delicious. Should be easy.
No one back home will ever believe this. What path lies before me? Something good here, I hope. Here we go.
Go.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
My pleasure.
Hey ho. Let's ride.
Well, hello. Tread carefully.
Wait.
Don't wet your whistle. Tell your story.
What in all nine hells are you?
Son of Thorn! Son of Sword Coast! Go on! Cheers! Bottoms up! Go nuts!
I'm going to pick up the tankard.
Leaning in, you can see how the creature's skin barely holds it together. The bulge of its belly is on the cusp of bursting wide open.
Go on, clean. Make it drink. Be drunk. You and I both. To our good health.
I'm going to use sleight of hand and pretend to swig deeply, avoiding the liquid at the last moment.
Elixir. But such a small sip you take. Fear not. You will soon quaff as I do. Now tell me the story. A fable, a saga. Guide me.
From aboard the Mind Flayer vessel, I witnessed the hells themselves.
So have I. When my cup runs dry, let me pour you some sympathy. You ask, you drink, then you amaze, and fuse astound me again.
Who placed the curse on this land?
Father Ketherick created, Father Ketherick sustains. Bring it in, toss it down, love it up.
How did you become what you are now?
Father Ketherick's laughter, not joy, not ever, never, only laughter. Questions done, finished, over, only drink.
I'm going to use sleight of hand and take a sip, but spit out the liquor before the creature notices.
More stories. Tell me of foes fell, villains vanquished, beasts bastard.
I slayed a hideous, pestule-ridden hag. She died a gruesome death.
Did you open her up and find the inner beauty? A wonderful tale, fit for children. Ask, question, make your query, and drink once more.
How do the thorns sustain the shadows?
The spirit of the land. More drink.
What can you tell me about Ketherick?
Father. Father is Father. Eternal. Invincible. Forever. Except not. No more questions. Drink.
What do you mean? How can I defeat Ketherick?
No. Must not. Cannot. Will not mention her. The customer is always right, but also wrong.
I'm going to use sleight of hand and take a drink, but hold it in my mouth instead of swallowing.
Father's personal, mysterious secret. Secret? No. Not never. Father said, ordered, commanded. Don't say it. Don't say it. Her cage. Her cage. Talk and perish, die, buried, buried in Thorn Tomb. Father told me. I can't perish. No, nay, neither. Too strong.
All's well that ends not as bad as it could have. What's up for discussion?
The gore almost looks real. Superb. Encore.
Anything of use?
Finally. There might be some more drink for the rest of us.
Do mess our pardon. Our master distiller spills quite the caused. Now settle your mind, chum, and get your shine on. Be will it what?
What have you got?
Moon, mountain dark, coming right up. A man of proper taste.
Fine. How much do I owe you?
Chum yourself up and whisk the old luggy jug bug you. So be what?
So be what indeed, my friend. So be what indeed.
Terrible. I'll clean up right mess that.
On my way.
He served us, but will be forgotten soon. Some more stuff now.
What's hiding here? Let's see.
I have found the ban list for this tavern, and the following ex-customers are unwelcome. Do not let them in, even should they beg. Especially should they beg. Martin Doherty, human? Chug and run. Adam Smith, lascivious behavior, also known as the Pickle Incident. Garingoth Thorm, she knows what she did. Caven Ort, tall dwarf, exceedingly boring. Sarah B, short half-elf, vomited on the waiter, purposely. Unknown elf, pale skin, schneid mouth, referring to master distiller as the porcine publican. Rochelle Quark, halfling, groin punching. Jan von Don, his suspected alias, grotesquely tall human, underpants on head.
The brewman's popped, the floors are spattered. Say hey for the pub. Drain your mug like nothing matters. Say hey for the pub.
I have found the little book of drinking games. Gather your pack. Capture a gnome. One by one. Oh, the name of this game is Pain Spree. Gather your pack. Capture a gnome. One by one, your chums gloat how to best maim the gnome in alphabetical order, starting with A. Come up short, take a drink. Last chum standing gets to kill the gnome. Example: arrow to the bollocks, break its shins, club its head with the broken shins. Next game is called Stoned. Get a stone, invade an inn, kill everyone there. Fill 10 tankards with ale. Arrange them in a triangle on each side of a table. Long ways, you fool. Or arrange them first and then fill them. I don't care. Put half your chums at one side, half on the other. Take turns throwing the stone at the opposite tankards. Get it in, drink it dry. 10 empty cups, your team loses. Winning team gets to yank a single claw of their choice out of the loser's feet. The next game is called Deal a Drink. Attack a village with your pack. Keep killing till a chum loses a deck of cards. Choose a dealer. I don't care how. Shortest tail, ugliest feet, something like that. The chum on their right gets 2 chances to guess the card on top. And a dealer chum says if it's higher or lower. Dealer chum chugs twice if the first try is right, and chugs once if the second try is right. If the guest chum fails, they chug the difference between the final guess and the card. If your last guess is a 4 and the card is a 9, you take 5 chugs. It's based mathematics. New chum dealer when the last one fools 2 guest chums. Last one standing torches the village.
Theobald, you say? Indisposed. Apologies is the master distiller currently.
For some more stuff now.
Please, clutter the pardon. Accept my pleas. Due apology, madam.
Too much drink. Too quickly. Bad.
Killed by the thing he loved. How deliciously dramatic.
Terrible. Clean up right mess that.
Drinkers Tawny's mortal stitches.
More for me. That's curious.
I wonder if they'll look.
The words for the attention of the Dark Justice Seer, Natesha, are written across the top of every page. This is an excerpt from the last page. Morning, day 15. Sismon Nowek said Ketherick wouldn't hold on to Moonrise Towers for long at this rate. Evening, day 18. Imani Akani claimed it was unfair that the Thorns had the cushiest jobs. Night, day 22. Mark Jacobs, Benjamin Blackett, made jokes about the Thorns, especially Lord Ketherick, said he was a misery guts, a weeping nutsack, and discussed exactly how his wife would have liked it. I know what Mark and Ben said was just plain awful, Lady Natesha, but they're some of my best friends, and I've never heard such talk out of them. They were upset over their wages being cut, and they were the drunkest I'd ever seen by midnight. I know it looks bad, but hand over heart, you've never met two gents more devoted to Our Lady, I swear it. A different, more elegant script appears beneath it. Our Lady of Loss would be proud of you, Madeline. Do not worry about Mark and Benjamin. Myself and your two gents are simply going to have a little chat. I promise.
Ledger, return!
He better be. Or I
See any movement out there?
Not as long as we can.
Too dark to tell.
We are forward. The air stirs in trepidation. You have the ledger.
Tell me why you want it first.
To punish a murderer. If that is not enough, leave. I have no time for those lacking commitment.
Here, take it.
We have it. Her lies, her guilt. Madeline reported her friends to a dark justiciar and fled when they were butchered. Well, she flees no more. I will be the conduit for Madeline's spirit. I will force her to face trial, and you will be the judge. Make her beg. Make her suffer.
Let's see what she has to say first.
Careful, for a serpent in life is a serpent in death. Witness.
You said I was gonna be punished. That you'd be the judge. But I didn't mean to hurt anyone.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I said it didn't mean nothing. That Ben and Mark were just drunk and whining. The Dark Justicia promised she was gonna chat with him. She promised!
What did the Dark Justiciar actually do to your friends?
She gave him a dagger each and told him to press it against their stomachs on the count of 3 to start stabbing and not stop till she said so. She never said stop. I'd do anything to take it back. Anything.
There's nothing you need to do. This wasn't your fault. I promise.
What I did was wrong, and I won't ever forgive myself. But hearing that just one person doesn't hate me, that one person forgives me, makes the load so much lighter.
Thank you.
You were supposed to make her suffer, not forgive her!
What happened wasn't her fault. She deserved forgiveness.
That doesn't matter! I seek the guilty, the tormented, the anguished. You have crossed me. And for that, I end your pathetic life!
Ready for this?
You have been judged and found wanting.
Delicious.
Nothing important is ever easy.
A tale for the ages.
Hungry for the slaughter.
He who was, what ails thy mind? The queen was clear, a full retreat to the Shadowfell with all due haste. You beheld the fate of Lover's Whisper. After a 10-day in the darkness, she knew not her name. These lands are rich in tragedy and memory, but our minds are vulnerable to the malignant curse. Lover's Whisper strangled her own rave this morn. Her raven! The queen was incensed at the loss of her child and struck Lover's Whisper down, as was her right. Return at once, or I will be forced to report your desertion. Of thine will.
What's on your mind?
one day I'll catch a break. Maybe it'll bring us closer.
Yes, darling.
A savvy move recruiting Halcyon into our cause. While I'm adept at most forms of weave manipulation, druidic magic is not my area of expertise. He will make for a most useful option to have in reserve.
Is Mystra always such a demanding goddess?
She expects those who seek to use the weave to do so honestly, and with respect for its potential to destroy, as well as its potential to save. I doubt she's asked many of her followers to blow themselves up. That's a fate she's bequeathed exclusively to me. She wouldn't ask such a thing if it weren't our only means of survival. However much she's annoyed at me.
I was wondering about that mighty lord you told me about in your story.
Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mistril, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like. To be a god. To know yourself, to be untouchable. To be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel. And with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistril sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistral, the end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more, an event that came to be known as Karsus's folly.
So at that moment in time, all magic was gone?
For a spell, Mistral was reborn as Mistra. Upon her return, the weave returned with her. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mistra, but to prove my love for her. I tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go.
What do you make of having a vampire in our camp?
I know what it is to hunger. And I know what it takes to keep that hunger under control. He's done that so far, despite his condition. So long as he sates his appetite elsewhere, I'm happy to give him the benefit of the doubt.
These lands may not be under the thrall of Lady Shah for much longer. No matter. She wishes for Ketheric Thorn to be punished. Her darkness was a blessing offered before he betrayed her. She can redirect her powers elsewhere once he is cast down.
Ketheric Thorn, what do you think of him?
Difficult to say. A fellow servant of the Night Singer would surely be an ally to me under most circumstances. But something doesn't add up. I'll need to see where his allegiances truly lie. It seems
Join me,
like you
I
have
said.
ample company already. You'll need to figure out who you can live without before I can join.
Gale could do with a rest.
Wonderful. I was beginning to feel a little left out.
I'll give it a shot.